Hello, welcome to today's video. I'm Will Gerling, sports and performance nutritionist, and today we're talking about the top 5 fueling tactics for you to make the most out of your training sessions and your events. So, let's get into it. Number 1. Try making your own energy bars and drinks. I'm going to put a link down below for a great bar that you can make, but try making loads of different ones. Use Google. It is very easy to search for them. It will save you lots of money in the long run. And most of all, your own energy drinks. I can't stress this enough. The amount of money you will save for buying your own ingredients to make your own energy drinks. Now, I'm going to do a separate video on this, but it's so easy. You can buy a bag of maltodextrin, which is the main glucose polymer or carbohydrate source in pretty much all available carbohydrate drinks. And you can buy a kilo of that for something around £6. And that is gram for gram carbohydrate. So 1,000 grams of carbs for £6. That's our winner. The next one is that you can obviously buy electrolyte, and that's also for like 500 grams, about £2.50. So when you're looking at your tabs that you're paying £7 to £10 for, what is like 10 to 20 tabs, you can buy yourself a 500 gram bag of it for £2.50, and that'll equate to about 250 tabs. So that's pretty crazy. And these are just a few things that you can do to make your own. Honey can also be used, or maple syrup. You can use just normal salt, some fresh lime juice or something to help with saliva production so you don't get dry mouth. There's lots of different ways. If you would love for me to do a video on carbohydrate drinks and how you can make your own, drop a comment down below, hit the like button. Number 2, mix it up. Having liquid, solid and semi-solid gel foods in your training rides and runs will make a difference. We have something called palate fatigue. Now, palate fatigue is where you have the same thing over and over and you start to feel sick and get GI distress just because you're having the same thing over and over. If you did that with a normal food, just at home, you'd have the same thing. If someone said, eat this chocolate spread and just keep eating it, you'd start to feel sick after a little while. Now, mixing it up will enable you to get the most of different foods, different micronutrients. It will mix it up so you're not getting that palate fatigue and will provide you different carbohydrate sources, of which there will be different speeds of digestion. Now, I did do a video looking at this, which you can check out on my channel, but looking at the same items, if their macronutrients are exactly the same, they will digest at the same speed. But things like solids do fill you up more. So my advice to you is mix it up. Number 3 is practice race day. This is something I talk about time and time again, and what I really see with the people that I work with, where people are really struggling, is you spend 6 months, you're training with your coach, or even a year, you're training with this, your coach, and you're getting your training down, you're doing really well, and then you get to your event and you fuck it up because you don't practice your event's food. You didn't practice your carb load. You didn't practice what you're going to do on the day, both hydration and food-wise. You rock up the day before, you're there with your steak, your chips, your ice cream. You wake up in the morning feeling heavy, bloated. You wonder why you start getting GI distress. You wonder why you're banging back all these foods you've never had before, and you're getting sick. Honestly, practice race day. Check out who the sponsor is for the event. Is it High Five? Is it SIS? Is it Power Bar? All these places, Lucozade, Gatorade, they're going to hand out their products at feed stations. So maybe you should practice using some of their products, unless you can take everything you need on yourself. That's what you should do. Practice your carb load, practice your fueling strategy, practice your hydration strategy, and make sure race day isn't wasted. So where do we go when everything... That leads on nicely to point number 4. And point number 4 is hydration. The biggest tactic you can do is to make sure you start your event in a hydrated state. That means you are hydrated. So you're not dehydrated and you're not overhydrated. You are at where you need to be. And the best way you can do that is to start obviously drinking some water with a bit of electrolyte in 2 to 4 hours before your event, about 600 mils at least, you know, sipping that over a period of time, having maybe like 200 mils every 20 minutes. Some research has just come out showing that that is more beneficial. Before your event, you're going to the toilet and it's still coming out cloudy or dark in color, then have another 400, 500 mils, so another bidon really of water to have in the lead up to that event. The best thing you can do is start your event in a hydrated state. During your event, if it is lower than 2 hours or less, the research has shown an ad libitum amount of water is fine. So drinking how and when you want. If you feel thirsty, drinking then, or just drinking how you want. Under 2 hours seems fine. Over 2 hours, it gets a bit more complicated because there's longer durations, sweat rate increases, potential of dehydration just following thirst as a guide can increase. So having a prescribed drinking plan can help, and working out your sweat rate through a sweat test, which I've also done in another video, so check that out, is a great way to find out how much you should be having and what you need to be doing, especially taking into consideration your day, how hard you're working, the temperature. Point number 5. So from my own abstract published and the research that I've done, I have proven that frequency of carbohydrate does matter, and having carbohydrate more frequently, so 20 grams every 20 minutes over 60 grams once an hour, proved to be more beneficial in a 4-hour cycling time trial. That could be extrapolated to be 30 grams every 20 minutes as well, rather than every hour or every 30 minutes. And I think you can use this information to go into your planning for what you're doing for your practice rides and then for your event, and it will make the most of it. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. It was really quick, really bite-sized information that you can take and just do for yourself and maybe just think about as you're contemplating what rides and runs you're doing and what events you want to be doing. If you really enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, tune in for more information, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. I just got one thing on my mind. Baby, one day I'm hoping that you will be mine.